I'm sure you know that Sean Spicer was the very first to stand behind the podium as White House press secretary in the era of Donald Trump. He was my daughter Sarah's predecessor, so I kind of know what I'm talking about when I tell you that is one hot spotlight to stand in. He's got a brand new book out, and it's called Leading America, President Trump's commitment to people, patriotism, and capitalism, making the case for a second Trump term. Please welcome back to the show our friend Sean Spicer. You know, I just realized you grew up in Rhode Island, so you're a big Patriots fan.
It's Patriots night here tonight.
No, it's not. Just wanted you to know.
Okay.
These folks probably think it's Tennessee Titans. Yeah. Maybe they don't. I don't know. It doesn't look like. Maybe they think it's Patriots.
Okay.
I was really disappointed when you walked out. I was expecting you to dance after Dancing with the Stars. That was really pretty.
I thought when I talked to your folks, they were like, what are you wearing? I thought they scared that I was going to show up in a green shirt.
Listen, that green shirt was great. I told you before, every week you were on, my wife texted everybody in our family and said, every one of you, vote for Sean 3 times. Do it. And then she'd text back and say, did you vote for Sean? If you didn't, you better do it right now.
If we could only run campaigns like we ran that one, you know, we would.
It was pretty impressive.
It was. Thank you. And thank to her and everybody out there. Honest to God, when I did that, I thought this will be fun for a couple weeks. And the next thing you know, I'm in the quarterfinals of a reality show for dancing, which, you know, isn't that big of a deal unless you actually saw me, and then you're going, how did he get that far?
They said that about my political career,
No,
Sean.
I know about your political career. You earned that. I went out and hustled for votes, and it was unbelievable. And, you know, every week when they called me safe, it was 9 weeks on the show. And I'd get the scores, and they'd be like, 2, 1. And then, you know, at one point, I think it was Bruno or Len said, every week we throw you out of the boat and the viewers pull you back in. And I thought, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But it was amazing.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time with it. You know, you have to be a good sport to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know this better than anyone. Having a sense of humor in this business is important. But, you know, it was funny. I was listening to your monologue, and you're absolutely right. The headwinds that we face as conservatives, when you look at these major institutions in society, big tech, press, you know, Hollywood, education and academia, it's all against us. And I think that we need to know how to go out and fight, to offer alternatives, to do so in a compelling way. And it's amazing because shows like this give people an alternative that's good family, informative shows that Hollywood doesn't want to produce. And that's why you're here in Nashville. I mean, aside from it being a great place. But we need to understand that this election is about the direction of our country. And the institutions you brought up in your monologue, the idea that a newspaper story is being censored by other newspapers and then buttressed in terms of censorship by big tech just shows you how crazy things have gotten off the rails.
It is kind of scary. I mean, your book is about leading America and how the president has earned a second term in your view. And you were there up close and personal. You're not one of those people that left and said, I'm going to go write a nasty book about the president. You've written a wonderful book, and you've laid out the case. What is essentially the most important thing that you feel like you've said in this book that every American ought to hear?
I'll put it this way. I think when you read the book and you read through each institution, academia, Hollywood, big tech, corporate America, journalism, you are going to have probably 8 to 10 aha moments. It explains why journalists are the way they are. When you look at how they are taught in journalism school to, quote, make the world a better place, not to report the facts, you start understanding the indoctrination that occurs in the media industry. These folks aren't out there to report the facts, and we've seen this in the last week better than ever. They have an agenda. They are complicit. And once you understand how they've been trained, who their mentors are, what the course curriculum is, then you get it. But the beautiful part about the book is that I talk about ways that we as conservatives can break through this. There's a movie called The Chosen. It's about the life of Jesus Christ. It's a family series that was crowdfunded. It wasn't made in Hollywood. It was a bunch of people that said, we need good family entertainment. And so let's make this movie, let's crowdsource it. And it was the largest crowdsourced entertainment project because people want this. But Hollywood won't do it. Journalism won't show us the other side and tell the other side. So we, as conservatives, I think need to find platforms to go out there and support, and shows to support, watch, and fund. But there's a way that we can do this. So much is at stake in this election. And when you read the book, you understand why things are the way they are, why shows overlook their corporate profits and their audience sizes in order to advance a political goal.
You know, you've made the case. Blunt question.
Yeah.
Is it going to work? Do you feel like President Trump will win re-election?
I do, but it's going to be close, and people can't rest on their laurels. You brought it up in the monologue. People have to understand to look past the tweets and look at the policies.
Yeah.
Tweets don't hurt you.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they don't.
No.
But cutting taxes and regulations makes your businesses grow, allows people to get hired. You know this from running a state. These policies make a difference in people's lives. And that's what we're up against. It's not about tweets. That's why Biden stays hidden. That's why he won't answer questions. He understands if it's a decision on policy between his direction and Trump's direction, Trump wins every day of the week. So they have to make it not about policy. And that's the dirty secret. It's like an infomercial. You get sucked in, and the next thing you know, you've got this widget and 4 payments that don't work, and you're going, wait a second, I didn't mean to buy that. And that's what this election comes down to. Know and understand the policy and the headwinds that we face.
I hope you're right. I really do. And I want to tell you, thanks for writing a book, and thanks for having it in a source that we have some confidence in, because you were actually there.